What a day. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Tuesday. Today is July 7th. It is 8:35 p.m. And I quickly wanted to not only recap the day, but also provide you guys with a few updates. Micron, again, you either hated today or you really liked it, depending if you were proactive with respecting oversold and overbought levels. There was a lot of money to be made if you were a scalper, a day trader. If you opened a position and held on to it, it probably felt like a roller coaster of emotions, right? Maybe one moment you were up, another moment you were down, right? Because from when the market opened, the initial sell-off, it established the lows for the day. And then it began to recover, then get rejected. Roller coaster of emotion, great for scalpers, not maybe so much for those that were holding. It began to recover, there was hope, it then began to sell off. It then began to recover, there was hope, it then began to sell off. From the open to the close, there really wasn't much of a change. Markets gapped down overnight, and obviously a lot of you guys know, and that was based off of the news that came from the South Korean markets. I do want to let you guys know that South Korean markets as of right now are falling even further. So yes, that is why maybe you are seeing on the overnight hours, some tech companies are selling off a little bit more, but some are recovering, right? Over $123 billion has been wiped from the South Korean market as the KOSPI fell an additional 3%. And then this is, of course, after Samsung's continued sell-off. There's also another update, right? Iran attacked a series of boats at the Strait of Hormuz yesterday. Today, the U.S. military just completed a new round of attacks, striking 80 targets in Iran's, including Iran's air defense, radar sites, missile systems, and IRGC boats. So supposedly, according to Iran's chief negotiator, says that the U.S. has seriously violated the MOU. And this is, I just don't understand how one side is seriously violating it, but not the other. There weren't supposed to be any attacks. I'm not justifying that one is more right than the other. I'm just saying that, dude, when is this going to stop? It's like the same BS over and over again. I know I can't be the only one that's incredibly frustrated, and it sucks that it's the young men and women that are serving for our country and also for Iran's country. These young individuals fighting for the country that they represent for problems that they don't actually have with one another, but they're there because the commander-in-chief is sending them there, right? So very unfortunate. Hopefully it gets resolved soon. Again, as of right now, the U.S. would like to, supposedly, the U.S. would like to continue final agreement negotiations with Iran after they finish striking them. Like, you can't make this stuff up. It seems like it's like a Family Guy episode of just deal or no deal and attacking and then taking it all back. SanDisk plunges 14%. SanDisk was one of the biggest losers today. Although it was down 14%, aggressively began to recover, right? We talked about it in today's video. Again, with a lot of these semiconductor stocks, a lot of fear was being injected into them. I made sure I made it very clear with our LPP team. As markets were selling off, again, there's nothing wrong with wanting to short the markets with the idea that at least recently, markets have been more willing to recover than continuously selling off. All it takes is a tweet. And although there are some signs of escalation, even in the Middle East, markets are so resilient and they're still so bullish that, again, they bottomed out. They were oversold enough that they literally formed a V-shaped recovery. So again, just like I want markets to sell off, my job is also to respect oversold levels. And that's exactly what I expressed in today's earlier video. And that's exactly what we shared with our LPP team. We waited for markets to sell off, become oversold. We entered long positions, and as they recovered, we then easily took profits, right? We didn't overcomplicate it. We didn't get greedy. None of my trades were with very big positions today. And again, for those that were able to buy the lows and sell into the highs, all it took was one decent trade because of how significant the move was, that from lows to highs, even if you didn't catch the full thing, that was a 4.5% move. Even if you caught 2 or 3% of that, that could have been a very favorable move And all you literally needed to do was stay patient. Wait for the markets to sell off. Wait for there to be indication of a recovery. And like we've said before, I would rather be late to a rally than early to a sell-off. You can never predict the future, but you can always prepare for it. And I feel like that is something that we did very good today. We prepared for the oversold reversal, which felt quite good because often we're waiting for the overbought reversals. And there were some overbought reversals, right? Especially into the later part of the day where markets were retesting previous resistance levels and then got rejected. But nonetheless, again, we all know less is more, especially in this market where there's extreme volatility. So that's what I'm excited to see tomorrow, to see if this volatility continues or if maybe some fear gets removed. And if that's the case, can Micron be oversold enough that it begins to recover, especially looking at it on the larger time frames? Is it oversold enough, testing previous support ranges, that it can begin to recover back to previous highs of 12 to 1300? Or are we going to break that support at around 900 and begin to actually make new lows? I'll do my part in keeping you guys up to date. All I've ever asked you to do is, again, make sure you guys subscribe for updates. And again, hopefully you guys can take time and join us for tomorrow's live trading session, because I really do believe that it will be a fun one and a good one. So again, whenever you're ready to tune on into those live sessions, it's the second link in the description down below. And like I've said before, we have members that signed up, what is it, 2018. They paid once. They still get to access my daily live sessions every day. So whenever you're ready, one-time payment, lifetime access, second link down below. And we'll see you there. I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that we're in thumbs up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team, and happy Tuesday.